Coming into the 2020-21 season, Giannis Antetokounmpo was the favorite to win the NBA MVP for the third straight time, a distinction that came with very little precedence. He would be the first to accomplish a feat that eluded Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan before him. Something no player had done since Larry Bird and Craigslist's 1984-86 run, which coincided with media having a vote for the award beginning in the 1980-81 season. Giannis had won not just a second consecutive MVP, but the Defensive Player of the Year award in 2020. His main competition was Steph, Joel, and Nikola. Whether in terms of team success, statistical dominance, or defense excellence, there were arguments Giannis, who handled in a case nearly identical to the two seasons before, should have won his third MVP, but he finished fourth in the votes with a single first place ballot. Now, despite the great season, I do think the voting body was right, and I'm going to tell you why. Historically, the NBA MVP, when it suits your argument, is a regular season award. It's not an award given to the NBA's best player. It's not even an award given to the NBA's most important player to their team. If we're going to be candid, it's mostly a narrative-driven, team success, statistical excellence type of award. In the NFL, the MVP has essentially become the award given to the best regular season quarterback. In the MLB, it's turned into an award handed out by calculators, nearly divorced from team success. For its part, the NBA MVP is typically an award that hews closest to the truth of the ideal of value implicit in the name, which gives you the wiggle room to define how you like. An aspect that has kept the award interesting, honest, and vital. Giannis was denied his third MVP because, in spite of his great season, in 2019-2020 season, the Milwaukee Bucks was bounced out of the playoffs by the Miami Heat, which is the infamous series where the wall was built. For a quantity of time, defenses will put up a wall to slow Giannis down. Now, I bring that series up because that series made people feel that he was a regular season adaptation, and at the time, it's sort of hard to argue against that. But a season after, the Milwaukee Bucks will win a championship, and who knows if that little extra chip awarded by that fourth place MVP finish was finally what put him over the top. If he played baseball this season, Nikola Jokic at several points what might have been the best case of his last 3 seasons to be awarded MVP. He nearly averaged a triple-double in those seasons. His fully healthy, well-stocked Denver Nuggets team sit first place in the West, and despite a recent slide, they will likely finish first place. Nikola is putting up crazy numbers as well, numbers advanced stat geeks have never seen before. And he's also passing the eye test. It literally looked like basketball has just become very easy to him. Now, with that being said, I don't think he should win the MVP. As a pure animal of offense, of course, with several weeks left to play, Nikola should win this season MVP award, at least on paper. With or without the injury excuse last season, Jokic won the MVP without getting home court in the first round, which at one time would have been a detriment. But thanks to Russell Westbrook and Craigslist's MVP season, that changed the way voters vote for the award. Now, despite Russell's impressive stat line that season, we're not going to act like KD leaving Russ for Golden State Warriors didn't play a part in the voters voting for Russ. It did. Now, go back to last season. Nikola's main competition for the MVP award was Joel Embiid, and the problem with Joel's MVP run last season was he committed the unforgiving sin of actually wanting the award. He campaigned for it, and then the media seemed to turn on him. Now, does that disintegrate his stats or speak to the advanced analytics? No, but it does to the narrative. So what is it? If Giannis, LeBron, and Jordan all fell victim to voting fatigue, why has a Jokic? Why is this decade-old fact of the MVP suddenly go away at this incredibly conventional moment? Why doesn't Jokic have to earn it in the playoffs just like Giannis did? Is the NBA going to use this debate as an excuse to finally let the calculators hand out the trophy, forevermore divorced from team success? Or perhaps worse scenario, that it will return a later date when there just happens to be a narrative against an unfavorable dominant superstar on the cusp of his third MVP trophy. I will argue that the logic that's held for true NBA superstars in the MVP race for 40 years should hold true now. A vote for Joel represents a vote for tradition, for an impartial NBA that doesn't play by two different set of rules, and just maybe for a better player who at least deserved one of these last 3 trophies, even if the vote don't necessarily reflect that. It's how the MVP has always worked, and it's what's always meant. It's a vote for a better and less MVP, a better and less NBA in my opinion. And I'm not saying Jokic isn't worthy of a 3rd MVP because he is. However, I just kind of want to understand why the same stigma placed on Giannis or James or even Russell when he was on his triple-double run isn't placed on Jokic. Because again, the playoff success isn't there as well as it wasn't for those guys during their runs. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I genuinely want to know you guys' thoughts on this topic as well. And if you're interested in this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. See you next video.